If I lived or if I died, looking out for the sun, hoping one day that it shines. Will I ever see the sunshine? This life is hard, but I gotta keep my head tight. The devil's on my back and
You tuned into another Overstated blog. This is your Solomon 2012ATL.com. Today I'm going to be commenting on a very unfortunate event that took place in Florida. This is one of the most sickening events that I've heard about in 2012, period. And my condolences go out to the family of Trayvon Martin. And my condolences go out to the families of all the young black males that have been killed senselessly and have not seen justice. Rather, they have been killed by law enforcement and have not seen justice, or they have been killed by anyone and have not seen justice. But this judicial system does not look out for people of African descent. It does not look out for people of African descent. This judicial system is biased. And this is a perfect example of the judicial system in America being biased. And it's so blatant and it's so obvious that law enforcement down there in Florida, in Orlando, were being biased. And I know Orlando is known for being a racist town, is known for being a redneck town, but fuck that. Why do you have police down there if you're not going to do your fucking job down there? Why are there police down there? What is the point of having police if the police are not going to protect and serve? What is the point of the police? What is the point of the police? What are you guys doing? I mean, first of all, many people want to make an issue about the law of standing your ground. Great, stand your ground. But nowhere, I've never seen a law written that, I have never heard of a law that you could chase someone down, start a confrontation with them, and then shoot them. And then get off. And then walk. And then not even be detained by the police. The police didn't even look into it. They let the guy go. When, if they would have even just listened to the call, the 911 call, they would have seen that this guy, that Zimmerman, whatever the guy's name was the aggressor. And it's not about his race. I don't give a damn if Zimmerman was black. He looks like a fat Mexican. I don't give a damn if he was black. That's not the issue. The issue is with the judicial system not doing their job. Why is law enforcement not doing their job? You know why? Because it's biased, it's racist. Just look at it. If you don't believe racism still exists, if you don't believe that the judicial system is racist, look, I'm going to quote the late Tupac Shakur, or I'm going to quote Tupac Shakur. The penitentiaries are packed and they're filled with blacks. The penitentiaries are packed. The jails are packed and they're filled with blacks. Law enforcement, the judicial system targets African Americans and they're lenient towards Caucasians. Like I said, if this would have been a Caucasian kid that was murdered, or a Caucasian female that was murdered, there's no doubt in my mind that Zimmerman or the perpetrator would have been detained and locked up until he could prove that what he did was self-defense. It is his job. In any self-defense case, it is your job to prove that you did what you did in self-defense unless that person was on your property. And this is sickening, sad. I understand the outrage of the black community because it's a slap in the face to the black community. And it's a bigger slap in the face to the family of Trayvon Martin. It's a bigger slap in the face to Trayvon Martin's family. And at the same time, I must say that many politicians and many elite powers are trying to use this incident as an excuse to get rid of self-protection laws and an excuse to get rid of gun laws. Do not be confused. Do not be sidetracked to the issue, because the issue is not self-defense, because the present laws were not, this guy Zimmerman was not compliant with the present self-defense laws. I've never heard of a law where you can follow a man and be the aggressor and murder a man and then claim self-defense and then not even be detained by the police or not be brought up on charges by the police. I've never heard of that. Zimmerman was not compliant with present self-defense laws. And I am an advocate for self-defense laws. I believe in standing your ground. I believe in defending yourself, but I do not believe in senseless murder. I do not believe in senseless murder. This guy Zimmerman needs to be detained. He needs to be locked up because it is so blatant that he broke the law. He broke the present law. He broke the laws that are present. And I don't know what Obama is talking about, saying that he needs to look at the law, that the laws need to be looked at down there in Florida. The issue is not the fucking law, because the guy was not compliant with the present law. He was not compliant with the laws that are already set in place. So do not be fooled by these politicians who would use this as a mechanism to take away your right to self-defense. Do not be fooled by it. Do not be sidetracked by the real issue. The real issue is that law enforcement in America is biased towards African Americans. And matter of fact, the judicial system and the law enforcement system here in America is set up, it targets African Americans. And there have been many incidences that have happened. There have been many senseless murders that have not been, there have been police that have murdered African Americans in the back here in Atlanta that have not been brought to justice. So Trayvon Johnson is not alone, and we should not forget about all the other incidences. And like I said, the jails are filled with blacks. The main issue is the judicial system here in America is biased towards African Americans. And I don't give a damn how apathetic white America is. I don't give a damn how apathetic the people in the neighborhood down there in Orlando were. The judicial system is biased. And if you don't have any kind of compassion for this kid, because it could have been your kid, because if you don't have any compassion for this kid just because of his color, you need to analyze yourself. This is your silence. This has been another Overstated Blog. 2012ATL.com.
2012ATL.com.